Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of my YouTube series, Proverbs, God's Encouragement for You. Today's episode, we'll be looking at Proverbs 20. And without further ado, let's get into it. And if you guys are following along, I am using the ESV version. So if you guys like to follow along, you're more than welcome to. So without further ado, let's get started. Starting in verse 1. Wine is a mocker, strong drink a brawler. And whoever is led astray by it is not wise. The terror of a king is like the growling of a lion. Whoever provokes him to anger forfeits his life. It is an honor for a man to keep aloof from strife, but every fool will be quarreling. The sluggard does not does not plow in the autumn. He will seek at harvest and have nothing. The purpose in a man's heart is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. Verse 6. Many a man's proclaim his own steadfast love, but a faithful man who can find? I want to stop at that verse because I find this to be a very important verse, especially in this day and age, because Jesus made made a kind of like a reference to this, where it talks about like people saying it's like, Lord, Lord, why haven't you accepted me? And it's like, leave me, for I never knew you. And I think of that verse when I read this because it says like people can say a lot with their words, but their actions speak louder than words. So it's saying here, many man proclaims his own steadfast love. So an example would be like when someone says, oh yeah, I'm a Christian, I love the Lord and all this stuff, but how their actions proclaim to their words is what matters. So if someone says, oh yes, I'm a Christian, but their actions don't show it, it's where Jesus would be like, leave me, for I never knew you. So you have to be very careful because actions speak louder than words. That's why why Jesus tells us that as a Christian, yes, works don't save us, but people will know us by our fruits, by our works. Not saying that's what's going to save us, but to be an example of Jesus, we have to show people what it means to be a Christian. And as a Christian, we want to do good things because we want to be pleasing to the Lord and show other people the light of Christ. And that's what this verse is saying, and I really like it, of just saying we need to be very careful. And even as a personal note for us, as believers, we need to show and prove people that we are truly Christians. Because if we're saying we're Christians and we're going out and cussing out people and stuff like that, you really think they're going to believe you? Or do you really think that's honoring to God? And I will admit that's something I struggle with, like when I'm on the road and I'm driving. And obviously a lot of people won't really see you, but still, actions speak louder than words. And sometimes I get frustrated and I'm like yelling and freaking out. I'm like, what the heck, man? But it's like, that's out of our control. But the best thing to do is just be kind to the people that we are around. Verse 7. The righteous who walk in his integrity, blessed are his children after him. Once again, this is another thing going back to our actions speak louder than words. When we walk in integrity, people see that. People see the actions of us walking in integrity, and they're like, he's different. Why is that? I want to ask him about that. That can open into a whole awesome conversation to them about what you do, why you do it, and help lead them to Christ. Verse 8. A king who sits on the throne of judgment winnows all evil with his eyes. Who can say, I have made my heart pure, I am clean from my sin? Unequal weights and unequal measures are both alike an abomination to the Lord. Even a child makes himself known by his acts, by whether his conduit is pure and upright. So once again, these last couple of verses, they're talking about how our actions, once again, actions speak louder than words. If you guys get anything out of this episode, remember that what we say is important, but most importantly, we need to follow what we say with what we do. Because we can say a lot of things, but it won't mean anything if we're not living up to those words. Verse 12. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord has made them both. Verse 13. Love not sleep, lest you come to poverty. Open your eyes, and you will have plenty of bread. Bad, says the buyer. But when he goes away, then he boasts. There is gold in abundance of costly stones. But the lips of knowledge are precious jewels. Once again, that's a thing that we've been seeing a lot of wisdom, speaking wisdom, knowledge. It's more precious than any jewel, any substance we could ever have. It's so, so important. Verse 16, take a man's garment when he has put up security for a stranger, and hold it to pledge when he puts up security for foreigners. Bread gained by deceit is sweet to a man, but afterward his mouth will be full of gravel. Don't steal. Don't be stupid, right? Talking about like just be an honest man. Verse 18, plans are established by counsel. By wise guidance wage war. Whoever goes about slandering reveals secrets. Therefore do not associate with a simple babbler. If one curses his father or his mother, his lamp will be put out in utter darkness. Verse 21, an inheritance gained hastily in the beginning will not be blessed in the end. So I highlighted this verse because some of you guys might know this story, but this reminds me of the prodigal son. As some of you guys might know the story, there is a father with a son, and he has an inheritance for his son, but instead of waiting until he passes away, his son's like, I want my inheritance now, give it to me. And he's like, okay, here, take the inheritance. And he goes off and blows all his money within, I would assume, based on the story, probably within a couple days, few days, all gone. And then he realizes he has no money, he has nowhere to go, and he ends up literally going to a farm and eating, working with pigs just to make a little money. And he was saying, I believe in the Bible, it says like he was no better than the pigs. Like he compared himself equal to the pigs because they were filthy, disgusting, and that's how he felt. And he realized he had made a mistake, and he was like, I'm scared to go back to my father. I don't think he'll ever forgive me. But what we see is when he goes back to his father, he wants him to be one of his servants. He's like, I don't deserve to be your son. I want to be one of your servants. Make me one of your lowly servants. But we see that the father was waiting for him, and he, instead of just waiting for him there, he ran to him when he saw him. And I love that story so much because it reminds us so much of what Christ did for us. We are that son who strayed away from God, and when we realize we made a mistake, we're like, we need help. And instead of God turning us away and be like, whatever, go do whatever you want, I'm not going to help you, he waited there for us. He waited, and once he saw us, he came running to us with open arms and says, welcome home, my son. Welcome home. And gives us royalty. He gives us everything we could ever have because he loves us so much. He loved us so much. He literally sent his own son to die on the cross for us. Don't ever forget that. That's how much Christ loves for us. Like, God could do anything he wants. He could zap us all into oblivion, but he loves us so much that he wants a relationship with us, that he died for that relationship for us. Like, it boggles me every time I think about it. And that's something I want you guys to think about too, is think about how much God truly loves you. Look what he did so he can have a relationship with you. And that's what I think in this verse right here. Inheritance gained hastily in the beginning will not be blessed in the end. We see that in the prodigal son. He got his inheritance, but he was not blessed. He went and blew it all. But that's not the end. Just because we mess up doesn't mean God's done with us. Don't ever forget that. Right, verse 22. Do not say, I will repay evil. Wait for the Lord and he'll deliver you. Once again, we see this thing. We mentioned this a couple episodes before, that do not seek revenge against another person. If someone has done something against you, let God take care of it. He will give upright justice for that wrong. But it is God's duty to repay justice. That is his job, not ours. Because it will all happen at the very end, where all the evil will be wiped away. So let Jesus take care of it. Let God take care of it. Verse 23, unequal ways are an abomination to the Lord, and false scales are not good. A man's steps are from the Lord. How can they understand his way? It is a snare to say rashly, it is holy, and to reflect only after making vows. A wise king winnows the wicked, and drives the wheel over them. The spirit of man is the lamp of the Lord, searching all his innermost parts. Steadfast love and faithfulness preserve the king, and by steadfast love his throne is upheld. The glory of young men is their strength, but the splendor of old men is their gray hair. Blows that wound cleanse away evil. Blows that wound cleanse away evil. There we go. Strokes may clean the innermost parts. So, that's all I got for you guys today. That's chapter 20. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But once again, remember, if you guys get anything out of this verse or out of this chapter, is just remember that our actions speak louder than words. So you could say one thing, but make sure your actions live up to what you say. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. I know this has been encouragement for me, so I hope it's been an absolute encouragement for you. If this has been, definitely like, comment, subscribe. Go share this with your family, with your friends, anyone that you like, and go be an encouragement to them, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys later.